Hello. Sure, today we have a little bit something different. Oh, I've been wanting to try something new, so I thought I wanted to read some scary stories today. I don't know how it will go, to be honest. I have no idea if it will be crappy or not, but I wanted to try something new. Like, if you haven't noticed lately, well, I've been playing a lot of horror games, and in general, I really like not reading, listening to freaking the YouTube channels who read a lot of scary stories. I have a lot of fun with it, so I thought maybe I could try like making a stream with something similar. Knowing me, I'll probably end up yapping a little bit, but I think that's just mostly the nature of a stream. But yeah, I would like to read some stories today, so see how it goes. Yo, hello, Jules. Hello, what's up? Why? Oh no. Huh? Hello, Pez. Oh, wait, what?
Raider Extreme 2 just resubbed for 3
What
months.
the fuck? Thank you.
Hello, peasants.
What the fuck? Thank you for the sub. What the fuck, Raider? Hello, proud peasants. Thank you so much for the sub. What the frick? Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Well, yeah, as I was saying, today, yeah, so also, before warning, if I don't respond, I'm not ignoring you, but today's stream will be a little bit different, and, yeah, because I'll be reading some stories, so I'm sorry if I don't respond to stuff right away. It'll kind of be more of like I guess, a more chill reading stream, but I will probably yap a little bit every once in a while, maybe at the end of the stories. I think some of them will be longer and some of them will be shorter, but I found some. I don't know how good they will be. I wanted to read them together with you, so I don't really know the contents of those stories, but it's on one of those subreddits with the scary story subreddit, so I think it will be interesting. Hopefully. Hopefully we'll find some decent stories. Bro, Jules, thank you. Thank you for the 1 bit. Yeah, not this again, but yeah. And it's the notification that keeps bothering me. Oh, it's just... Where's the views option? What a views, huh? What do you mean? Oh, throw things at you. I don't know. Because of today's stream, what I'm going to do, I decided to not use that because I think it'll be kind of distracting. Because I'll just be reading stuff, so I think it'll be a little bit distracting. So I don't know. No abuse. Can't torture me, huh? Aw, so sad. Aw, goodness. Uh, so yeah. Only 5 bits, don't worry. Don't worry, bro. You don't have to give me bits, but thank you. Well, back to modding cat voice chat then. Alright. Okay. Have fun. And yeah. Dicks. But yeah. I'm going to... Oh my goodness. I'm sorry if you can hear that sometimes. There's a really annoying fat fly in my room. And it just landed on the microphone, so I'm really sorry if you can hear that. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. But yeah. I'm gonna stay here with a bully chipple. Bruh, how am I a bully, huh? What the hell? When did I get that reputation? But yeah. Thank you. But yeah. I think I'll just get to it. I'll get to the stories. Okay, I'm back. I'm loaded. Such an annoying fly in my room. But yeah. You can see a little bit in the background. Maybe some of it not as well, but well, I will be reading them, but yeah. We'll see how it goes. I just wanted to try something different, so I'm a little bit tired, so bruh, sorry for the yawning. God, the fly. But yeah, I guess we can get into it. I found one story, so again, sorry, I'm not going to be ignoring you, but Rating stream, rating stream. I'll have to catch up with the chat later after reading some stuff. Probably a little bit of yapping, but a little bit different. ASMR. Uh, maybe something like that. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. So this one is from the Let's Not Meet subreddit. I don't know if any of you watch sometimes the scary YouTube videos with the stories. I've seen this subreddit being read a lot of times on YouTube. So there's usually some scary stuff. I like this one because this one has it usually involves some scary psychotic people and not the paranormal. Because paranormal, I believe in it, but a lot of people on the internet eh. Obviously anything can be faked, but it's still interesting. So yeah. Oh my goodness, that fly is driving me crazy. It keeps landing on the microphone. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. But yeah. I guess I'm just gonna stop yapping. Yeah. I was almost kidnapped. That's the title. I don't know. I think it's cropped out a bit, but kidnapping story. Let's go. Not let's go. Okay, I'ma stop making jokes. This entire scenario happened a few years ago when I used to take walks alone, occasionally at night, which is something I thought very little of since I lived in a heavily residential, wealthy area. In other words, on the trail I'd frequent houses were always within sight. On such nights, shortly into my walk, I see a figure walking a few hundred feet behind me, something I knew immediately was odd, considering it was around sun at the time. At first I discounted this thought, since it was a public trail and they could have been very well doing the same exact thing as me, just going for a walk. I continued for roughly 5 to 10 minutes before looking behind me once more, only to find the same person still trailing me. Keep in mind, at this point I've gone through a few turns by now on the trail, meaning it was becoming more and more unlikely that this person was just so happens to be going on the same location. I decided to take odd paths and directions turning off into the gravel and weirder, more roundabout side areas, and they still followed me. By the time I was reaching the apex of my journey, passing by the local park, they were maybe less than 6 feet behind me, a distance they could have easily covered in seconds. It's that then I decided to call my family. I had researched for this, I knew what to do, and believe it or not, the call didn't go through. As it turns out, my phone was a recent gift, and its service had been set up improperly, meaning that no matter how many times I frantically called in that moment, nothing would happen. And a decision I call back to this as one of my best to this day, I acted as if the call had gone through and was the one on the phone with my mom, miming out and talking audibly about my location, and the person behind me beginning to briefly describe them. Even in the act, I wasn't able to really do so, as I could have never got a proper view of their face, as if it was somehow shrouded in something, but I did my best with what I had. Sure enough, when I turned around again, they were nowhere to be seen. Not that they had turned off and walked another direction, but that they weren't there to begin with. Weeks later, my mom told me that a police officer had come into her work and warned about abductions that had been happening in our area, especially for child trafficking and organ trade. I count myself as very lucky, and whenever I leave the house now, I am very aware, only doing so during the day while taking a large knife with me. There was a point later on in the neighborhood that a car clearly followed me, turning around into a cul-de-sac where there was no logical reason for them to be except for me. But this was the most obvious example of attempted kidnapping. Oh. Goddamn. Well, this one isn't as bad, but it was a short one. But yeah, goddamn. But how the hell do you have a phone gifted to you and you get a phone as a gift, but when did she get the gift 1 hour before going on the walk? How was she not aware there was no service on it? Wouldn't you be trying to wouldn't you have called somebody by now, is what I'm trying to say. That's a bit odd to me, but, I don't know. I wonder. Fuck. Fuck. Not the hiccups. I hope I don't start hiccuping while I'm raiding. That would kind of ruin the immersion. Holy shit. But, well, that was a very short one. But, true, I had also found this little one. That, well, little one, but it's a bit longer. Not so long, but we'll just be going through the subreddit together and trying to find some stuff as we go. But also about a stalker. I had a stalker once when I was in community college. Let's go. No, probably not. Let's go. That sucks. But I was thinking about it the other day because I was watching some videos. Having a stalker sounds oh my god, absolutely terrible because in a lot of cases I feel like police can't really do anything about it until somebody actually gets hurt. It's really fucked up. But yeah, let's start. TLDR, I don't know what that means, I'm sorry. But in college, another student began hanging out with me during my class gaps. I thought it was normal at first. He brought small gifts, and then I said some things that might have upset him. He started stalking me, showing up outside my house and at places I posted on my Instagram story. I called the police. They couldn't do anything since he hadn't broken any laws. I didn't tell my parents for fear that they'll react. Eventually, he kind of just went away. I think it's because he gave up, but I honestly have no idea what he's doing now. Sounds crappy. This happened like 6 to 7 years ago now. Feel free to ask any questions, okay? Your questions might help me jog my memory and I'll remember more details. I played soccer for 1 year in community college after high school. I knew this guy because he worked for athletics department. He was another student. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I had a 1 hour gap between classes. This guy noticed me in the library, asked what I was doing there. I told him I had a 1 hour long gap, and he started coming regularly to hang out. I didn't mind because he seemed like a normal guy. He was waiting for anything. He wasn't waiting for anything, but he just wanted to hang out. He brought me little gifts a few times, like chocolate and stuff. He was being a little too sweet for someone I barely knew. I didn't think about red flags. With the gifts, I remember he always downplayed it. He'd be like, they had extra Kit Kat bars today in the office. You want them? He never said that he purposely brought Kit Kat for me. I know a lot more about boys now that I knew back then. I think he knew that buying me gifts would be too much, but he still wanted to do something without doing it. The soccer season for us ended before Thanksgiving. The only teams that kept playing after we were going to the playoffs, not us. After Thanksgiving, we had finals. In that brief period after the soccer season and before Thanksgiving, he asked me about my classes for a second semester. To be honest, I hadn't been super organized with the course registration, and I honestly didn't know. Also, the counselors were completely clueless. I didn't tell him that, but I remember saying I didn't want to have another gap hour like this because it wasted so much time. I don't think he was happy to hear that. Oh. Oopsie. He also asked if I would play another season, and I said no to that. I needed to manage my time better, and playing soccer every day was not helping. I think my mistake was that I just said too much and then filtered. I used to do that a lot back then, saying too much without thinking about how it can affect other people's feelings. That was one of the last Thursday before Thanksgiving, so no more hour gaps to hang out anymore. We had Thanksgiving break, we took finals, and we had winter break. Everything was great. Okay. Winter break was when the real problem started. In the morning, this guy literally showed up outside my house while sitting in his car. The first time, I didn't believe it was actually him. The second time, I checked, and it was. By then, it was really clear that we both knew exactly what was going on. He was stalking me. And that wasn't all. I posted on my Instagram story Sometimes about places I was. This guy literally showed up there several times, like girly stores at the mall where we had zero business going. He did lots of things like that. He also started pointing his phone at me like he was taking pictures. That was even weirder. I basically stopped using social media over this. After winter break discontinued, when my parents were at work, this guy came during the afternoon too. I called the cops a few times. They went and tried to talk to him. He basically told them he wasn't going to talk, and that was it. I think the cops wanted to help, but they couldn't never do anything about it because he was careful not to break the law. Like, he didn't trespass, he didn't make threats, he didn't show weapons, etc. I have no idea what he's doing now. My guess is that he gave up. Maybe his little obsession kind of became old and he found other things to pay more attention to. At least I hope so. But if he still comes by, I have no idea. I think the most challenging thing is that I couldn't tell my parents since I knew they would completely freak out. Aww. Well, at least he fucked off. At least that's the silver lining of the story. He freaked off. Without it escalating further. I guess with people like this, that's all you could ask. At least out of the worst situation, that's the best. Well, yeah. There was another stalker story. These are pretty short. I wonder if I can find something a little bit better. Guy followed me into the woods. Okay, maybe. Convenience store creep. An empty house. What about the woods guy? I wanna check out the woods guy. Oh, and what is this? I met an adult online and I regret it every single day. This seems interesting, to be honest. Oh, it's quite a long story, so that's good because it might be better since there might be more details about it, so perhaps it's a more well-written story. We can try this. Guys, so I met an adult online and I regret it every single day. 9 years ago, I had met a person that to this day I still wish I never did. I was an isolated, bullied, and depressed 8th grader with the added state of being a plus-size kid in a sports-centric town, so basically I was beaten and ridiculed on a daily basis. I couldn't make any friends with my new classmates. All of my old friends from elementary school, I got placed in different classes and nobody was in the same school after groups as me anymore. We were also in a scout group, but that disbanded before I got into middle school. I was also lonely, that if someone talked to me without picking on me, it made me happy. I had a Google Plus account. Jesus, I think that was like an older thing back in the day. Well, some years ago. Not back in the day, but you know. I kinda forgot about that, but yeah. I had a Google Plus account, the only social media I could access at school. That I kept hidden from my parents, that I would use to check out my favorite fandoms and hopefully use to make some new friends. One day I was on Google Plus in the computer lab, and I had commented under a piece of fan art of a character I liked. The person who made the post had replied to me not even a minute later. I remember getting very excited seeing that notification, my heart swelling up in excitement. The two of us spent the next 10 minutes of my class talking to each other. In the comment section, we ended up replying so much, we flooded a good portion of the comments with our talk. After, I had to change classes. I logged back in one of the Chromebooks we had stored in the back of the class and saw that she actually messaged me. Her name was Haley. At least she told me that was her name. But years later, I'm not sure it was actually her name. In the message I got, Haley told me she was 2 years older than me and that we had a lot of things in common. I spent the rest of the school day on my phone, not giving a damn to anything in my classes. We talked for the next few weeks in our DMs until she suggested that we message each other in a private chat room. Oh no. Later that day, we made a private chat on an online messaging site, and in our first conversation, we at first talked on messages. Then Haley asked if we could do a voice call. I told her I wasn't sure, but she told me it was only going to butter. It was only to butter. I'm so sorry, I can't read. But she told me it was only to butter hold on a conversation with me. And eventually, after she asked me multiple times, I gave in. After an hour of us talking, she suggested a video chat. I agreed, both to make sure she is actually my age, but also to put a name to the face. Haley turned on her camera, and she did look in the same age range as me. I don't know why, but the fact haunts me more than anything else. The fact that she looked so close to my age, plus that she easily smiled and spoke so friendly to me, made me feel that I had nothing to be afraid of. So that led me to quickly believe that I could trust her. We ended up talking for hours after, with me practically on cloud 9 the entire time. In the beginning of our little friendship, things were going alright. We told each other about our schools, what we liked, gushing over our favorite series we liked. We talked almost every day and stayed up late talking nearly every night, even exchanged a couple of silly pictures of ourselves and memes back and forth a lot. After we had been talking for 6 months, Haley asked me if I would like to meet her friends. At first I was ecstatic at the thought of having more friends. It made me so excited I didn't think twice before saying yes. Yes, oh my goodness, sorry. Yeah, I'm not used to reading so much out loud at the same time. Sorry if I'm sometimes stuttering or reading some things wrong. Well, Haley invites me and I got to meet her other friends. I had a completely different feeling about these people compared to what I felt with Haley. Something made me feel unsafe in that chat room. Even though they all seemed nice and that Haley reassured me I could trust them. It felt like my instincts were trying to warn me, but I wasn't sure about what, so I ignored it. Most of them were much older than me. In a chat with her main friends, there were 6 other people. Most of them were 18 to 19, but there were 2 guys that I distinctly remember being in their 20s. I asked how did they all meet, and they told me they all met in either social media sites or from real life, but they wouldn't answer any more of my questions. I was a bit naive, so all of the red flags that were popping up went completely over my head. From constant loud talking to frequently overlapping each other, the calls I were on with them were pure chaos. The messages were even worse because they would frequently drop cuss words and topics that should not be brought up with someone who was still a minor. I tried building genuine connections with them, but they acted all dismissive to me and acted like I was annoying whenever I tried to talk in a conversation. Needless to say, I did not like them very much. Haley, on the other hand, was all about them. She would pull the exact same habits, jokes, dirty words, and all of that with the others. They could say something super problematic, but she would be laughing right along with them. I was shocked by this version of Haley because she never acted like this with me when it was just the 2 of us. We still talked a bunch, but slowly she was talking to her other friends more than she was with me. At first they thought it was fine, but the more she ignored my messages or didn't pick up my calls, the more I got bothered. When I called to confront Haley about blowing me off, she went ballistic on me, saying that I was being selfish and that I didn't want to talk to her other friends because I was jealous. I explained that wasn't true, but she wouldn't listen, and I then hung up on me. Haley then ghosted me for almost a month, leaving me worried and upset over what happened. When she started talking to me again, I was so emotionally distraught. I was crying on our first call and apologizing for what I had said the last time we talked. She told me it was fine. She just needed some time alone and that she would talk to me a bit more. And indeed she did, although not what I thought she would. Haley began to tell me she had depression, and that was the reason she wouldn't talk to me for a month. I didn't judge her about it and said whenever she needed to talk about, she could come to me. This led to her trauma dumping on me nearly every day, talking about how shitty her home life was and how bad her relationship was with her mom, and how much she hated herself. I was there to offer an ear and some kind of words whenever Haley called or messaged me about it. This quickly became a part of her routine, almost daily, in the middle of us having any kind of conversation. She'd begin complaining about anything happening during her day. If not that, it would have been about how ugly she was, or she was how much her life sucked, and she wanted to end things. The last one freaked me out the most. I was worried about her because we lived in different states, and I couldn't help her in person. Every time she would become self-deprecating, I would say otherwise, giving her compliments and words of affirmation. For so long, my throat ached and felt raw. And then, just as she'd bring it up, she'd drop that conversation and we talked like we were before. Haley also began calling for long periods of time and messaging me late into the night. Phone calls would stretch for hours at a time, and her texts would come until 3 or 4 in the morning. The thing was, it was mainly her talking now. Every phone call, she'd take over the conversation. If I didn't message her back quickly enough, she'd spam multiple texts back to back faster than I can read them. I would try to end them draining myself, but every time I would try, Haley would chastise me for wanting to leave our conversation for not long ago. I wanted to have her attention. She basically guilt-tripped me back into talking to her, and it worked. So far, I'm guessing something scary with the other adults in the chat room will happen, but so far, the only scary thing, it seems like the toxic friendship. The only horror is just the toxic friendship. So for now. Hopefully we get some more scary stuff. Good. Even if I had lost interest in our talks, or didn't want her to message me during class, I would still let her talk and reply. At least I still had her attention and she still wanted to talk to me. And this all went into a cycle for 2 years, and it left me feeling more anxious and exhausted than anything else ever did. It felt like we had nothing in common anymore, and she said either ghosts me for a week or spends the entire weekend texting me nonstop. The topics of her self-worth have also gotten worse. They escalated to her messaging me goodbye or I can't live like this anymore, without responding to any following messages or calls. Alongside of that, she would send me pictures of her marking herself, telling me about how it felt to do it. What? The sight of those messages would send me into a panic attack. Every time I would panic and message her after, I would be sent into tears. Not only that, the group chat with her other friends got worse. Arguments broke out frequently, drama and gossip spread like an oil spill, and it led to people being blocked almost every few days. I hated talking to them. They began ganging up on me in messages, and Haley was often the first one to make rude jokes about me they would all laugh at. I began getting sick of it, and would stop messaging and calling both Haley and her friends, despite her begging me to. One late night, while the group was in an argument over text, I hit my breaking point. I was tired of all the drama and them treating me like shit all the time, so I messaged the group chat and I had enough of them, and privately messaged Haley that I need a break. Then I left both chat rooms, blocked everyone I talked to, deleting my messaging account and deleting the site from my computer's history. Once it was all over, I felt like I had been freed from some kind of prison, and all I could do was cry in relief and euphoria over the whole thing being over. I later found out that all of the pictures Haley had sent me were all stock images in Photoshop. I also found out from a bit of digging through her background a lot of things didn't add up. I learned that she was actually a lot older than she originally told me, at least 6 years older than me, meaning that when we first met when I was 14, she was about 20 years old. Many things from our interactions still haunt me, especially the pictures of her marks and her scouting self-deprecating messages. For almost 3 months, I would have nightmares about Haley getting back in contact with me, and what she would say or do to me. I have many better friends now, and I am absolutely certain I will never have to hear from Haley again, but sometimes I still wonder who that woman really was and what was it about me that she was interested in. Hopefully I won't ever find out, so to Haley, if you somehow ever find the story, let's not meet again. Okay, well, this was it's definitely weird, but I was wanting something a bit more scarier. There is a little bit of clarification of some sort. For clarification and the fact I got tired of explaining in the comment section, the pictures she would send me when she would message me were pictures of her friends and family, places she claimed to have been to, and items she owned. A few weeks after I blocked Haley, I found them and stored on my computer. I got curious, so I reversed image search. Okay, yeah, probably. That's how she found all the stock images. Okay. Well, the story was me. Bro, what are the noises I'm making? I don't know. Let's try to find something actually scary. I want something actually disturbing, like some real encounter. It was a weird one, but not scary. We can do better than this. Fuck. Bro. What else is here? Creepy guy forced me to listen to his rapping. What the fuck is this? What is this title? It just sounds goofy as hell. Creepy guy, listen to me rap. You gonna listen to me rapping, or you gonna have a bad time. I don't know why that sounds funny. Crazy Joe, what is this? I don't know. I think there was a way to filter them. There has to be like the top ones. Maybe those ones would be the best ones. Attempted ambush at night. What is this? Could this be interesting? I guess let's see. Some stories will be better than others, I guess. No way to avoid that, unfortunately. Okay, attempted ambush at night. This happened 4 years back. It was the middle of winter, and the night was unreasonably warm. Without a hint of snow on the ground, I left my apartment around 8 p.m. to go for my daily walk. I worked nights and my schedule was screwed up. Hence the 8 p.m. walk, figuring I would cross the bridge into the city nearby. For further context, I'm a tall guy who's fairly athletic, and I was in my late 20s at the time. I'd rarely had a problem walking at night, and at the time I felt safe to do so. I put on my headphones and headed towards the bridge. The first 20 minutes were uneventful. I passed by old houses, a subpar Mexican restaurant, a really good Mexican restaurant, a sketchy gas station, some newly built upscale apartments, and finally, I was at the river. Enjoying the view of the bright lights over the dark flowing water. Not yet frozen, I crossed the bridge into the city and hit crosswalk button at a four-way intersection, then noticed someone standing on the corner opposite, the only other soul I'd seen outside that night. Seemingly she was doing nothing, and I assumed she was waiting for an Uber to come pick her up since she didn't seem to be waiting for the light to change. The street, ordinarily busy during the daytime, was silent. The light changed and I crossed, headed in her direction. As I neared her, I noticed that she would cast glances in my direction, then look away, almost sheepishly. She did this multiple times and I figured she was unnerved by me. I sympathized, figuring it must have made her easy as being the only two people on a dimly lit street. And I passed by, I took in her outfit, mostly because I thought she looked cold. She wore a knitted hat with tassels and a sweater that looked too thin for the weather, tight jeans, and a little plastic children's backpack on her back. I thought she was in her teens at first, but upon her closer inspection, she appeared to be in her late 20s or 30s. She had short cropped light brown hair and a pale complexion. She was skinny and was of average height. I maybe had a tall I was maybe a head taller than her. I walked by and continued down the street. I passed by high-rise hotels on my right and left, and made my way. sorry, and made my way into the Central Park. During peak hours, this place would be packed with tourists and locals alike. But that day, at an odd hour, with the pandemic in full swing, I felt like the only man in the city. I admired the brilliant display of lighted trees as I crossed through the center of the park, then figuring I was a good halfway point in my journey, I made my way around an old marble and stone library holy shit, I'm sorry. Back towards the bridge. As I turned in the corner of the library back onto the street, which I'd come, I nearly collided with someone moving towards me. It was the same woman I'd seen not 10 minutes earlier. My noise-canceling headphones were still on, so I pulled down one side and said something by way of apology. She said nothing in return. Instead, she stepped back from me and stood below the streetlight, not making eye contact. She stole tiny glances at me, the same tick I'd noticed before. I put headphones back on, nodded a good night, and headed towards the nearest crosswalk. Reason told me that she must be headed in the direction I'd come from, since we'd nearly run into each other, headed the opposite ways. But some part of me whispered that she wasn't heading back, though. Oh, yo, Spectre, hello. What a way to ruin the spooky atmosphere. Hello, it's been a while. How are you doing? And yeah, if I don't respond, sorry, I'm not ignoring. Just reading stream, reading. So yeah, stretch, hydrate, thank you. Okay, I will do that. And I'm gonna got my water. And then we go back to reading. Doing something a little different today. I don't know. I hope you're doing well though, Spectre. There's nothing more spooky than not knowing where the loud fart is coming from. That is true. It's just a ghost farting in my room. Imagine you're a ghost and you have the ability to haunt people, but instead you just fart. The mysterious fart. Ooh. Yeah, it's scary. Hope you're doing well though. But yeah, I'm try to get back to reading. Where did I left off? Okay, I think here. Reason told me that she must be heading in the direction I'd come from, since we'd nearly run into each other heading the opposite ways. But some part of me whispered that she wasn't headed that way. Sure enough, when I turned to look, she was trailing close behind me, her strides surprisingly long and energetic. I found this odd enough that I continued to watch her out of the corner of my eye. Shortly after I reached the crosswalk, as I stood there waiting for the lights to change, she caught up with me, passed by, and stopped. A car passed. Sorry. As it did so, she squatted over her plastic bag a few meters away from me, rifling frantically for something, looking up at me on occasion. I hit a button on my headphones, stopping my podcast so that I could hear her better. What I found disturbing about the motion of her looking through her bag is that it struck me as fake. as though she was pretending for some reason. She was barely looking inside, and her careless motions struck more like bad acting. Something about her motions, the way she kept looking at me, felt wrong. The light changed and I began to walk quickly, but she was faster. She stood suddenly, darting past me towards the museum, swinging the half-open little pink backpack over her shoulder. I watched her silhouette disappear into the darkness beyond the reach of the streetlights. I hoped that was the end of that, and after a few beats of not seeing her, I let my guard fall a little, restarting my podcast. Beyond the museum was a patch of poorly lit sidewalk in front of a squat building with a mirror-like windows. I wasn't far from the bridge now as I made my way back there. I turned my head to look at the reflections of the building and streetlights in the windows. To my horror, a dark figure sprinted silently towards my reflection, dreamlike. I'm not sure why, maybe out of sheer confusion, but I turned to meet her and she hurtled towards me. Perhaps she was surprised my sudden turn. She halted mere feet from me, staring. Her eyes were wide and looked frantic, wild. She kept looking at my arms, then back at my face, as though sizing me up. My accidental bluff had worked, and in the darkness I supposed I must have looked more prepared to fight back than I felt. She gripped something small tightly in one hand, though she held it off to the side, and in the shadow of the building I couldn't see what it was. Holy, I'm reading really badly right now, I'm sorry. Seconds dragged as we stood there, staring at one another. Immobilized by fear and confusion, I waited for her to make some moves to attempt to use whatever object she held in her hand. Just then, my enormous relief, a cart slowly turned past. A bit of my strength returned, and over the blurring podcast, I felt more than heard myself shout. No, sorry. A bit of my strength returned, and over my blurring podcast, I felt more than heard myself shouting at her. "What do you want?" No reply. I slowly backed away from her, expecting her to move. She just watched me, the same intense look on her face. I took another step back, then another, steadily backing away from her, until I felt confident enough to carefully walk away. As I researched a better lit area, I began to move faster, all the while keeping my eyes trained on her shadowy form. She stood there for some time, status quo. I don't know what that word is. Then abruptly, having spontaneously abandoned whatever plan she may have had for me, she turned from me and, without looking for traffic, oh my goodness, what is happening with me? I can't read. She closed the street with long strides and disappeared around the corner of a building. Something about the casual air of it disturbed me. I kept my eyes trained behind me on my walk home, afraid that she would follow me. The bridge was well lit, and I saw no sign of her. Knowing that this was the only way for her to follow me and keep up on foot, I breathed a sigh of relief. I saw no more cars headed from the city, no more pedestrians out walking. Nothing happened after that. I'm not sure why I didn't call the cops that night. I still regret not having called, despite my roommates insisting I do so. I just remember thinking I wasn't sure what to say to the cops, that I hadn't really been attacked, that they wouldn't be able to find her anyway. I made up excuses. I suppose I must have been in shock and in denial at having been nearly ambushed, especially by someone smaller than me and my own city, so close to my apartment. One of my roommates called the cops for me. A cop drove through the area, but by that point she was gone. Woman with that little pink handbag, let's not meet again. Let's indeed not meet again. What the fuck? Sounds like a crackhead, to be honest. Hello, trianglers, yo. Hello. And there's nothing. Oh yeah, I read that. Grip something small, ale. I wonder what she gripped, bruh. Nah. Spectre, this is not that type of story. Oh goodness. Not the kind of story, man. Something small, bro. Another. Okay, let's try to find another one. This one was definitely better than the other first two, or how many did we read? Some of them are better than others, but well, let's try to find something more. Well, this was on the top one, so I don't know. Doesn't only has 8 upvotes though. How are these the top ones? Doesn't sound right. This subreddit has a lot of members. This is from today. I thought I clicked the top ones. Oh, no, all time. The top ones of all time. Okay, yeah, that. Okay, I should have probably pressed that. Okay, the man on my patio survived a mass shooting at a movie theater. Okay, a ghost story. It told a serial killer to fuck off. I wonder what this one is. It's a long story. What about that top one? The man on my patio. It's the most popular one, I guess. So maybe, just maybe, it's the best one. Maybe, maybe not. We're gonna see. Okay, here we go. Shit, here we go again. The man on my patio. I don't know how to pronounce it. Warning, long post, but I recommend you to read it all. How long is it? Oh, it's not that long. This one isn't that long. Here we go again, exactly. Okay, so this happened to me when I was around 9 years old, 25 now, and it's something I will never forget. It gives me goosebumps to this day. I live in a sorry, I mess up reading too many times, I'm sorry. I live in a terraced house where houses combined, and my neighbors and I each will have our own little patio. There's a small road 10 meters from my yard where people do their Sunday walks and so on. Only a small fence separates my small yard and patio from that road. I live in a pretty crowded area with several of these terraced houses spread around in my neighborhood, so seeing people walking on that road is pretty normal for me. Seeing random people standing on my patio is not. Probably not. Probably not a good thing. When I was 9, I usually got home from school about an hour before my mom got home from work. I live maybe 50 meters away from school, so my mom figured I was mature enough to be home alone for around an hour before she got home. This one day I got home from school. I did the usual thing, which was make sure I locked the front door and double check the back door leading to the patio was also locked. I was 9. Being alone was a little scary, even though it was in the middle of the day and only for 1 hour. I then rushed to my room upstairs to play as much PlayStation as possible before my mom came home and made me do homework. Oh yeah, it's gaming time. God damn. Home Alone 3, exactly. While playing, I heard this noise coming from the outside of my window. My room was located on 1 floor over the ratio, with a view to the road. Okay, I'm sorry. I told you about before. It was kind of like the sound of a cat, but my cat had been missing for over 3 months. Hope sparked, and I thought, oh my god, did he finally come back? I ran downstairs to check if it was my cat, but the sight that Matt gave me goosebumps just writing this. There was a guy standing on my patio, a tall guy with black hair covering half of his eyes. Making him look like a male version of the Ring Woman or something. I could hear him making high-pitched sounds. almost like a cat meowing. A brown liquid was running down from his mouth, and I could see him spitting out my dad's stumped cigarettes. He was actually eating from the ashtray. I was frozen observing this. Eventually, he snapped out of it and screamed so loud that the man must have heard it. He didn't react. He kept on eating from the ashtray. I ran upstairs to my room, locked the door, and called my mom, who then called the cops. I've never been more terrified in my life. Laying in bed under my sheets, shivering with fear as I heard these creepy high-pitched noises from the guy eating cigarette stumps from the ashtray on my patio. I kinda blacked out for a moment because the next thing I remember is the police arriving on the road by my yard. I heard them talking to the guy saying stuff like, "What are you doing? Get over here or we will come down and arrest you," and so on. He didn't respond, but the high-pitched sounds were more frequent and louder. I decided to look through the window, feeling safe now that the cops were there. I could see 2 police officers standing by my fence. One man and a woman. I did not see the creepy man, however, because he was standing directly under one story under me and field of my view. The police jumped the fence, and I remember hearing the creepy guy screaming louder than anything I've ever heard before. He charged the female police officer with full force, and he fucking knocked her out cold. The male officer then immediately tased the guy, leaving him shaking on the ground, screaming still. The policeman struggled to keep him on the ground while putting on handcuffs on him, but he eventually made it. Goddamn, psycho killer. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna take a bit of a break. I'm gonna respond to you. Hello, Vicky. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god, it's her, the one that I became a victim of. What do you mean? Oh god, this post made me paranoid as fuck. Do you read this post, Vicky? I like watching videos of this kind of stories, so I just thought trying something a little bit different today. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just reading the scary stories. So yeah, by the way, I'm not ignoring anyone. It's just I will respond a little late because I'm just reading. Okay, so let's go back to the story. Sorry, holy. Where did I leave off now? Okay, there. They made it. After a while, he managed to wake up the female police officer, who seemed to be badly hurt. He called for backup and an ambulance, and then he sees me standing in the window above him. The expression on my face must have been something else because he just looked at me and said, "I sure as hell hope you didn't see all that." I started to cry. By this time, neighbors started to arrive wondering what the hell was going on. One of my neighbors, an elderly woman, made me come down, and she took care of me until my mom came back. The police took the creepy guy with them in the car and left. Before they left, they promised to come back and talk to us about what happened. This is where the story takes an unexpected turn. The male police officer came back later that night and sat down with me and my mom to talk. He explained that the guy on my patio was actually diagnosed with severe autism. He had escaped a facility where mentally challenged people lived, located around 5 kilometers from where I live. He explained that the guy had actually been living in my house 5 years ago, but he had been forced to move when his mom, his only caretaker, died. The poor guy probably thought he would find his mom in my house. He missed the routines and he missed living there with his mom. The police had to move him from the house that time 5 years ago because he was extremely strong. From what I heard, he had extreme tensions in the body because of the autism, making his muscles grow stronger and stronger throughout the years. This was the reason he reacted the way he did when the police came this day. Still frightened, I told the police officer that I needed to make sure this would never happen again. He promised it wouldn't. Holy shit, that is horrible. Yes, indeed horrible trying was holy. Horrible, but also kinda sad though, because he just thought it's still his house, you know, he thought. Kind of a plot twist, definitely. A little messed up. Okay, after a few sleepless nights, my life got back to normal. The years went by and the guy didn't come back until 1 year ago. At this time, my mom and dad had moved out. I bought the house from them and I'm still living there today. I was enjoying my morning coffee on the patio when I see this random guy stopping on the road by my fence. He just stands there, looking at me. I look at him and give him a nod. And then I hear the high-pitched noises. Holy shit, it's him. His hair turned gray, but the high-pitched sounds made me realize. My heart started racing and I instantly remembered the reason why he was back. I realized he must have managed to escape again, because I kept my cool a bit longer than when I was 9. I started to realize how sorry I felt for the guy. 16 years later, and he was back to look for his mom. I decided to carefully ask him if he wanted to come down the patio. He instantly jumped the fence. I started to think he would knock me out like he did to that police officer. He didn't. He smiled, he looked at me, and he smiled. Oh, that's just sad, to be honest. Okay, I offered him to sit down. He didn't respond. I offered him to come inside. He started laughing. We went inside. His face lit up, pure joy. He was home. It reminded him of the life he had with his mom. It almost made me tear up. All of a sudden, he sat down at my couch, turned on my TV, and switched directly to the cartoons. I observed him for a while, and he was just completely focused on the cartoons. I just wanted him to enjoy the moment, so I didn't say anything to him. I realized I had to call the facility to let them know. The caretakers arrived 10 minutes later. After a lot of convincing, he got back up, crying, and they went back to the facility. I called the facility 2 days later. We made a deal. His name is Tom, and I now consider Tom my friend. Every Sunday from the day he returned, Tom and his caretakers visit me to watch cartoons. They say it's his highlight of his week. It makes my heart warm. Now for several years, my thoughts were, let's not meet the guy on the patio eating from the ashtray. Now my thoughts are, let's meet every Sunday to watch cartoons, my friend Tom. Well, that's very wholesome. The guy's a very good person. I don't think I would have done this. Because you don't know. Well, thankfully that guy wasn't like aggressive, you know. But before he knew that, you don't know. Imagine he attacked the guy. They did mention he was strong. Well, that was a really wholesome ending though, but oh my goodness, it do be spooky. It's uncertain. You shouldn't let strangers into your house. Well, thankfully this turned out fine though, but definitely dangerous. Yes, it can be very dangerous. Thankfully it did turn out alright though. And let's try to find another story. This was the top one, goddamn. Was pretty interesting though. What about this one? I told serial killer to fuck off. Fuck off, bozo. Well. Oh yeah, I hope the little background music is loud enough. I'm gonna make it a little bit maybe like this. Oh god. Sorry. Fuck. Okay. How long is this one? It's not that long, but alright, let's see. Oh yeah, I didn't mean to click on the link. Hopefully it didn't get viruses. Okay, no. It's fine, it's fine. Okay, check out here if you want to hear me tell it. Oh, he actually narrated it as well. I do not give anyone permission to narrate this story. What the fuck? Wow. I guess I don't have permission. Wow. I cannot narrate this? Unbelievable. This guy's gatekeeping. Okay, I guess I can narrate it. This guy's gatekeeping his story. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness. I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never hear the way he told the guy to fuck off. What the fuck? Old time. Okay. Okay, another story that isn't being gate kept. How dare he? Okay, I'm just kidding. Someone broke into my house and tried to find me. Where's this Florida woman crawled out of my hotel mirror to rob me? Holy shit. Now that sounds awful. Creepy dude at a pharmacy with a weird fetish. Well, which one? Let's start with this one. This sounds creepy as hell. What the fuck? Crawled out of mirror. Why is it always the people from Florida? Holy shit. Seen so many videos on YouTube. Florida man, Florida this person, Florida that. Doing something really wacky and just completely crazy. Always the people from Florida. God damn. Okay. This past Monday, my coworkers and I returned to our hotel from a day of work out in the field. Rebecca and I walked into our classrooms. And as we stood outside our rooms, I opened mine and I saw someone in the bathroom. I said hello. Nobody answered. My first instinct was that it was the cleaning lady in there for some reason. And then I saw my bag with my clothes in her hands. I said to my coworkers, there's a woman in my room. Then I asked the woman, what are you doing with my stuff? It gets a little fuzzy here because I can't remember everything I said and what she said, but she kept mumbling about how her key still worked. How it still worked and that's how she got in. I was in shock and she was obviously very flustered while having been caught mid-robbery. She dropped my bags and fumbled around with her purse and the light plastic bag. By this time, my coworker was behind me watching all the insanity unfold. This woman was scrambling and walking towards the door, and I said, "What's in the bag?" thinking it is probably my stuff. And she said, no, it's just my things, I'll show you. And so she did. I looked and I didn't see anything of mine, and so since I'm obviously in shock this time, I let her leave. I went into my room and it's been ransacked. I did a quick look around to see if anything had been taken. All of my electronics were still there. Then I went into the bathroom and saw my underwear, my bikini, and my clothes shoved into my own bags randomly. Even my passport was shoved in there. Then I looked on the counter and I saw that she got into my medication. I'm not sure what was going through her head at the moment, other than I wanted it back, so I ran out to the door to go and find her. I ran to the laundry room downstairs and out to the sides of the hotel. I didn't see her. I realized I was never going to find her, so my coworkers and I went to the lobby to tell them what happened and we called the police. We went back to my room and waited, and I noticed that there is a metal bat on my bed a little larger than one of those novelty wooden bats you can get in a baseball game, but there's also a flashlight on the end. She must have left it behind in her hurry. She also left behind a necklace that must have fallen out of the bag when she was scrambling with mine. I was mostly freaking out at this point because I thought she'd gotten away with my medication that I need. The police got there and took our statements, and I looked around the room as well. One thing, I noticed that there were bits of drywall in the sink, and I pointed it out to the cops, but none of us really knew where it came from. We started looking at the door and the windows to see if she pried her way in somehow, but there was nothing. So we kind of just went with the idea she had a spare key or something, even though the hotel front desk was adamant that there's no way she could. The officer that came brought 2 more officers back up because they thought the woman might still be in the vicinity. But after our statements were taken, there was nothing else they could really do, so they left. I sat down finally to make some calls to the people, and as I'm on the phone, I'm thinking about the drywall in the sink, and it still didn't make sense to me. So I'm on the phone and looking at the drywall and the mirror on the wall right above it, and then it hit me. I got my coworkers and asked her to help me put all this help me put all this mirror on the wall. And we took the mirror down, and there's a hole just big enough for a desperate junkie to squeeze in through. I asked Brian and Rebecca if I should call the cops again to let them know that I found this, and my boss said there's still two cops in the there's still two cop cars in the parking lot. Holy shit, I'm so sorry. So I went down to tell them, and the female cop kinda rolled her eyes, but the young guy said I'll come and check it out. What a bitch. Okay. Sorry. They both came back, looked in the hole, and found a pillow, blankets, cigarettes, clothes, toothbrushes. Yuck. Yikes, calm down. This woman had been living in the wall behind my mirror. Holy. For God knows how long. She had access to me and my room at all times. I know it might be hard to picture. There was a crawl space about 2 feet wide in between the 2 rows of the rooms. One of the officers called the original officer to come back and take pictures of this. She explained to him what's going on, and all I hear over the radio is, "No fucking way." He comes back, takes pictures, and is just as mind-blown as the rest of us. Obviously, we packed up and left immediately. What's even crazier is she has probably been there a long time. The last time we stayed at this hotel, I would randomly smell cigarettes, and I assumed someone was smoking in the bathroom and it was traveling through the lens. Holy. But nope, a junkie was smoking just on the other side of my mirror. God damn. Oh yo, thank you for the raid. Thank you. Hello. Thank you so much for the raid. How did your stream go? And sorry if I don't respond much. Like I keep mentioning before, I'm doing something a little different today. I'm reading some scary stories, doing some story narrations, trying something different. So yeah. But how did your stream go? How did the Dark Souls go? I did join in for like a minute or two before. I was just preparing for my stream, but yeah. Hope it went well. And you also, hello Namco, if you're still there, sorry, don't mean to ignore. I'm just reading, but yeah. Hope it went nice though. But yeah, Jesus, this story really fucked up. Yeah. Where did I leave off? Through the lens? Yep, that. She had access to the other rooms. The holes in the wall were all from the renovation, and the hotel hadn't properly patched and just covered up with the mirrors. Oh my goodness. How does that happen? She could have been hanging out in people's rooms while they were gone. Anyway, this was insane, and I'm taking a little time off. Posting from mobile, so okay, for formatting, okay. Well, this one was fucked up. A freaking squatter living in the hotel room. Yeah, that's a little fucked up. just a little bit. Yeah, that was really bad. Game family raid, what the fuck? And yeah, it went okay, suffering like usual. I see. You do like to suffer, don't you, Taigo? Goodness gracious. A tiny bit of scary, just a modest amount of fucked up, modest amount of fuckery. Real. Okay, not gonna lie, this title is kind of catching my eye a bit. Creepy dude in the pharmacy with a weird fetish. What is this? Sorry. Oh my goodness. What is this specimen? What is this story? Oh, it's extremely short. It's really short. I guess I can read it. Let's see it. Let's have a look at this because the title is speaking to me. It seems really funny. This happened maybe 10 years ago when I was in my early 30s. I was standing in the line at a local pharmacy to get my prescriptions. This is a small town and I am a regular there, so they know me on sight. I was behind a couple of other people in line, and there were a couple of more people behind me. I kept feeling a tickle in my hair and the back of my head, but every time I looked behind me, the guy there was a few steps behind and looking at the floor. This happened several times by the time I was at the front of the line. The pharmacist told me as she wanted to talk to me about my medication and the consultation room they had at the time, since covered to a bathroom. No, since converted to a bathroom, sorry. I thought this was weird because we both knew I had been on this medication for years and would be for life. Nothing new. I get back to the room and close the door, and she comes back in the door on the other side that leads me from the pharmacy. She told me that the man behind me had been stepping forward me, sticking his nose in my hair. What the fuck? And smelling before stepping back and looking at the floor. This shocked me pretty badly, as this is such a weird behavior, especially in my little town. God damn. The pharmacy staff insisted on having me wait until the guy was distracted by another pharmacy employee. And they had a security guard walk me to my car and watch me drive off to make sure I was gone by the hair sniffer came out and saw what I was driving and what direction I was going. Oh, that's really nice of the staff there, goddamn. Goddamn, thank goodness. But what the fuck? Fucking hair sniffer? What? Huh? What the fuck, bro? What? Why? Guess why? I still use this pharmacy, and some of the same people still work there. I will always be grateful that they took the initiative to make sure I was safe that day. Goddamn, well, that is really nice of the employees, indeed. What the frick? Bro. Let me sniff your hair. Can I sniff your hair? Smells like... Well, it smells like hair follicles, I guess. Sorry. Anyway. An older story. Let's try to find another one. Was a really short one, but the title. I just had to read it. It looked very goofy, and it kind of was. Obviously very weird and creepy to experience, but yeah. It is this one. Psycho former friend from high school planned to kill me because she was insane about a boy. Holy, yandere much? What is that? Okay, what else is here? The one day I woke up late may have saved my life. Why is this tagged as epic? I just noticed this crazy former friend is tagged with epic. What else is there? Ew. Okay, this looks interesting and creepy. Stalked by a female solo camper for several days while on our mountain camping honeymoon. What the fuck is this? It's also tagged with epic. I wonder how epic it's gonna be, but maybe it's epic to read. Definitely not epic to encounter. It's a pretty lengthy story, so perhaps it's good because, you know, longer story means more details. So it's kind of good, you know. The peppers in the chat. Cute peppers, yeah, nice. Okay, let's try to get into this. I'm going to drink a little bit of water before I start reading. But all this reading makes me really easily dehydrated, so sorry if I sometimes stumble on my words. Sometimes I do it quite a lot, I'm sorry. I'm not used to reading all at once, like so much text, reading it out loudly. So yeah. It's Daigo, don't drown me. Thank you for the hydrate. No, stop. Stop drowning me, Daigo, no. Oh, water. Hydration. I love to be hydrated. Hydration is my passion. Okay, I'm sorry. Tygo, I think you're more than hydrating me. I think you're trying to drown me over here. Holy moly. I cannot drink all that water. I did drink once though, so thank you, Tygo. Much appreciated. Okay, I think we can get into it now. It was the summer of 2016, and I just had married my longtime girlfriend. Over the couple of our 12-year relationship, we have traveled to the mountains several times in both summer and winter for camping, but also to stay at nice mountain hotels and snowboard the slopes. Naturally, we both agreed that this was how we wanted to spend the first few weeks of our marriage. We booked a 20-day stay at a mountainside campground on the other side of the country. We also decided to bring our dogs with us with us as they too love being outdoors, and we generally bring them camping anyway. After the 2 days of our road tripping, we had arrived quickly, set up and settled in for a long, good stay in the mountain. It was beautiful. A couple of days into our trip, and we had already met a bunch of fellow campers. We are very experienced campers, so we generally attract a lot of attention from novice campers asking for tools or supplies, as they see we are all set up. We are usually more than happy to help people get situated if they need matches, cream or sugar, or help setting up their equipment. It was a day 4 or 5 when she first made her presence known to us. Oh, she, I guess. As in the stalker. Things getting spicy. Okay. I will refer to this person as she or her, as we never learned her name. She was sitting under the shade of the large pine tree at the edge of our site, drinking beers and playing cards when she seemingly appears out of nowhere. She was suddenly right there. "Can I pet your dog?" she said. Even my dogs didn't see her approach, as they were very sound of her voice triggered them into a... I'm so sorry, I can't read. Even my dogs didn't see her approach, at the very sound of her voice triggered them into a startled frenzy. As the dogs were worked up already, I politely told her no. Then she just stood there, at the edge of our sight, didn't say a word, just stood there, sort of existing, but not really doing anything. She wasn't exactly staring at us or looking at anything in particular. I asked her if she needed anything, and she said no. After a few minutes, she walked off. I work with people with brain injuries, so I've had my fair share of experiences with unusual behaviors, including people with poor social skills. So I wasn't about to write this person off as creepy just yet, but she had my attention. I casually watched her walk off and enter a campsite across the path and a few sites down from ours. There were already small tents set up in the side, but she proceeded to pull an even smaller single-person tent from her backpack and began setting it up. The day prior, we saw two young girls set up their other tent and were clearly occupants of the site. There was no further interaction with her that day, although... Sorry. Holy shit, there was no further interaction with her that day, although, and did notice... I don't know, is it just me, or is this text sometimes written a bit weirdly? No further interaction with her. Probably they mean on that day. Okay, it's written a bit little weird. We did notice that the owners of the other tent on the site were not around at all that day, and we didn't see them return that night. Well, the next morning I am walking onto the camp showers to clean up for the day. The camp showers, okay. As I walk past her site, I see she is sitting in her little tent reading a book. The door on the tent is open. I pay no attention and keep my way on my shower. When I'm done with my shower and walking back, I notice her tent is now closed. But it's jiggling... Jiggling? What? It's jiggling about, so I know someone is in there. Jiggling? I guess that means some movement in the tent. I don't know, that sounds a bit weird. Okay. Jiggling the tent, nice. Understandable. Have a nice day. But yeah, okay, I'm sorry. And then she made her presence known in a big way. Just as I am approaching her site on the way to mine, she unzips her tent, and I immediately see that she is completely nude. I guess we can see why the tent was jiggling, if you know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ruining the creepy vibes, okay, but I just had to. I think we were all thinking it, weren't we? We were all thinking it, come on now, we were all thinking it. Not to ruin the vibe or anything, but... Okay. She then positions herself just inside the tent at the door and lets out this over-the-top full-body stretch. Um, so sorry, I keep getting lost. Stretched and held her arms way up the sky while pushing her chest forward like it was some kind of mating ritual designed just for me. What the fuck? Yeah, this woman's real freaky. While she does this, she lets out what I only can describe as an exotic moan. It was pretty obvious she was putting on a show for me. I continue on my way to my site and tell my wife about the display I had just been witness to. We both laughed it off and moved on with our plans today hike. Moved on with our plan today. Our plans today hike. I am so sorry, but the text is written so weirdly sometimes. At some points, I get confused because I think there's some grammatical mistakes here now and then. I'm sorry. Probably they mean that same day they made the plans to start with the hike to the waterfall. Something like that. The trailhead for this hike was accessible from the campground, so we didn't have to drive to get there. We just walked the additional 2 kilometers to the trail. We walked at a good pace, so when we got to the trail, we decided to stop for a few minutes and take some photos of the surrounding mountains before heading into the thicker bush. After sitting there for 5 minutes, while my wife is taking pictures, she emerges from the trail that leads towards the campground. At first I thought, okay, coincidence. She's staying there and this is a pretty common trail. But then she sees that I see her and she stops dead in her tracks and just stands there. Same demeanor as our first encounter. Just standing, not doing anything in particular. But also sending creepy vibes our way. This was the first time I said to my wife, I think we have a stalker. Confused, my wife looks to where I'm looking and is immediately a little creeped out. Once again, maybe she's just hiking the trail, no big deal. Probably not. A little bit too much to be a coincidence at this point, but I guess my guy likes to give the benefit of the doubt. Okay. So we continue on the trail at a good pace, and she maintains a consistent distance behind us. Bruh. Our dogs at this point are a little distracted by her, and our youngest dog keeps turning around to watch her. I got a little fed up with the dog constantly stopping to look back, so I decided we will stop for some water and let this woman pass. Well, what does she do? But fucking stop walking, This text is written sometimes really. Fucking stop while walking when we stop. I guess he means that, well, what does she do? She stops as we stop. But it was written a bit weirdly, so I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, so now we are genuinely concerned because this is approaching horror suspense movie creep level, and I start to wonder what this girl's intentions are. Standing motionless at a distance and refusing to pass us just rambled up the oh shit factor about a 9. The oh shit factor, indeed. Scary meter going to the max, holy. Ooh. So my wife and I agreed to just give her a cut to the hike. I'm getting dyslexic now, oh my goodness. So my wife and I agreed to just give and cut the hike short by, I guess, give in. I'm sorry, but there actually is a typo, so it's not all just me being completely stupid, I promise. Wait, I'm going to also put on my glasses. I hope that doesn't ruin the tracking of the model too much. My vision's getting a bit blurry too, because I've been reading for a while, I'm sorry. And then none, like, where did I leave off? I'm so sorry. Return to our cal, blah, blah, blah. No. Okay, it's here. So my wife and I agreed to just give in, probably, and cut the hike short by taking the shorter loop, which was only another kilometer ahead, and back to our camp. We managed to get some distance between us by jogging every time we would make a turn. She was out of sight. We didn't see her again until later that night. That night, my wife decided to take an evening shower at the camp showers. When she returned to our camp, she tells me our stalker was in the bathrooms and taking a shower. Oh no. This time, however, she was with the 2 other girls and appeared to be getting ready for a night at the club. There is a nearby ski town, that has a few nightclubs and bars, so it was reasonable to see the girls getting ready for a night out. The 2 girls she was with were the 2 we saw previously set up at her site. My wife explained that she quickly picked up on the fact that the 2 girls and our stalker friend was not well known to each other. It was clear that the 2 girls were close friends with plans to go out partying, and our stalker was making an attempt to be friends and sort of invited herself to join them in the night out. Uh-oh. She keeps being weird. Not a good sign. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this escalates. Now we know the ski town well. Huh? And the girls kept reinforcing that they were meeting at a specific restaurant before going to the bar. It was currently 10:30 p.m., and we know that the restaurant they were telling her to go to was closed at 10 p.m. They were lying to her about the plans. The stalker kept asking them too, "Are you sure this is the place? Are you sure?" They convinced her, and she then left to her tent to finish getting ready while the 2 friends stayed in the bathroom to finish their makeup. My wife went on to explain how after she left, the 2 friends were mocking and making fun of our stalker. Uh-oh. Oh my god, she's such a weirdo. Except this isn't mean girl behavior because that woman actually is weird. They were young 20-somethings acting like little girls in elementary school. Okay, maybe they were a bit mean. Okay. My wife has no time for that. Creepy stalker or not, she had to say something to the girls for that behavior. My wife calls them out on their behavior. While putting all that catty, bitchy bullying aside, the girls explained to my wife that the stalker girl had set up her tent on their site when they were staying with a friend in the ski town. When they returned, they found her living on the site without invitation. She had just taken it upon herself to take a little corner of their site without knowing them at all. The girls said that they were upset with her and trying to make her feel uncomfortable so she would leave, but she wouldn't leave. Of course, my wife asked them why didn't they just report her to the park warden. The excuse they gave was that they were leaving the next day and didn't want to make a huge deal out of it. I mean, I can see why they're pissed off though. I would also be pissed off. I just want to chill with my friend. I don't want some rando trying to interfere with, the holidays of the camping, whatever they're doing, right? It's kind of like, personal space, please. I would also be angry. That is true. She's just a bit quirky. Yeah, just a little funky. Yeah, for real. Goddamn. Just some quirks here and there. Nothing too crazy. Sorry. Goddammit, sorry. A little goofy. Just a little bit. Just tiny bit of goofy. Flashbacks to her being naked and moaning in the tent while looking at a guy. I think she's psychotic as hell, but... Ooh. Let's see how this escalates, I'm curious. So whatever happened between them and the fake late dinner plans and clubbing is unknown to us. About 3 a.m. that same night, we were all awoken to a blood-curdling scream right outside our camper. At first I was like, holy shit, that must be a wild animal. My wife is trembling, dogs barking, and I startled but curious. I peeled back the window cover to see her, standing motionless on the path outside our trailer. Oh my goodness. I had the window cover down maybe 8 to 10 centimeters when she appears to make direct eye contact with me. My heart rate is jacked. What the actual fuck? After gazing in my general direction for what seemed like an eternity, she calmly turned around and walked to her tent. I go to make sure the trailer is locked. After a good hour and a stiff whiskey, we manage to get back to sleep. Stiff whiskey? What does that mean? Why is the whiskey stiff? A lip. Anyway. So the next day is a Friday. We have friends from a nearby major city coming up to the mountains to spend the weekend with us. We haven't seen them in a while, so we are excited for a couple of days together. Well, they are not at our site for 15 minutes, and as they are setting up their... No, they are not? Oh yeah, okay, it does say that. They are not. As they're setting up their tent, she mysteriously appears out of nowhere yet again. Like bam, there she is, but now this time she is actually in our sight. I hadn't had a chance to tell our friends before about her before they arrived, so they were a little more friendly than I was. Okay. She asks me once again if she can pet my dog, who during all of this is barking at her. I think I said something like, she isn't being very friendly towards you right now, so I would prefer you didn't. Common sense, yeah. She didn't pet my dog, but she also just stood there, staring at me like she was considering how she would dismember my limbs. I guess she was giving a creepy glare. I'm guessing. Probably. Maybe. She then notices our friend's tent brand, and he is still setting it up and comments on how it's the same model as hers, although a larger sleeping capacity. My body has picked up on the creepy vibes and my general displeasure with her presence. So he I can't read, I'm sorry. Fuck. So okay. My general displeasure with her presence, so he gives her the oh yeah, cool, and keeps setting it up. Well, he starts grabbing at the tent pegs. Tent pegs? What are tent pegs? Okay. Grabbing at the tent pegs, picks up the hammer and says she will help him set it up because she has experience with it. My buddy declines and asks for his tools back. Cue to the fucking Cyclops stare down, but this time she has a hammer in hand. It's a little dangerous. You don't wanna anger her. Adding to the oh shit factor, she literally just drops everything right there and runs off. I go on to explain the last few days to our friends and they agree. We need to keep an eye on her. Definitely. I think you shouldn't keep camping there, to be honest, with some weirdo like that around, but you know. Who am I to say? I guess the NPCs doing their NPC behavior know better. Some creepy mad woman is stalking you. Let's keep staying there. Kinda weird, but who am I guess, to judge? In other words, I am judging a lot, but you know, oh well, I guess. Let's pretend this is this is like a smart decision making. Always the NPCs just like in horror films, and yeah, just move, get out of there. God damn it. Well, yeah, so by this time, the two girlfriends whose site she had hijacked were packed up and gone. It's now Friday night, and we've been drinking all day, so we're feeling pretty good. It's maybe about 11 p.m. when she walks over to our site again. She says, "Hey, you guys seem to have a lot of extra room with the tent and the camper. Do you think I could stay with you? Hell the fuck no, you can't. Stay with you guys tonight. We could have a lot of fun in there together." What does she mean? My buddy is feeling pretty good from all the day beers, so he's pretty forward when he replies, "Did you just propose a gangbang to us?" God damn, she's freaky like that. Now this whole time I'm just sitting in my camp chair with a whiskey, taking this all in. She wasn't really taking notice to me at all so far. Then she smiles, turns her head, and looks directly down at me and says, I like your front. She then turns around and walks into the darkness of the night towards the forest. What the fuck? What the fuck indeed? What is up with this mad woman? What is going on? Real for real. The horror film protagonist seems more real than ever. I see where they got the inspiration. Indeed, I never believed people were actually this stupid. I thought it was just a horror movie thing, but well, here we are. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with people? Can I come into your crib? Nah, hell nah. Holy moly, well, yeah, we are all now terrified. She's going to return. We are all now terrified that she's going to return. I decided right there and then that if she was... I can't read it. I decided right then and there that if we see her again in a creepy fashion, I am calling the park warden. This is getting silly. Holy shit, my reading is getting silly. I am so sorry. But yeah, this definitely call some sort of security. Holy shit, be gone, bot. Oh, true. Thank you for banning the bot spectre. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. And yeah. Well, the night is winding down, so we all decided to walk together to the bathrooms to clean up for bed. My wife pulls on my hoodie and says, "Babe, look." I look over to see what a sight she was set up on, and it's completely destroyed. Shit everywhere. Actual shit, or I guess just a mess, probably. Just stuff, garbage, clothing, food. Okay, yeah, just a mess everywhere. Okay, I thought, okay, this is weird. Could this have been a bear? No, we would have heard it. Well, a bear, not a beer. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Bear. Yeah. I then noticed the tent is gone. She's gone and left the site in a complete mess. As luck would have it, the park patrol was completing the fire rounds and were at the messed up site when we were returning from the bathrooms. We told them that... Thanks. We told them that there was a girl staying on her who was acting erratic, and we suspected that she was squatting on the side based on our conversation with the two girls from earlier in this week. Squatter detected. Goddamn, bozo. We didn't see her again for the rest of our trip until the last full day. There is a great little lookout point not far from our site which has amazing views of the river and a valley below, and it was a perfect evening to see the sunset behind the mountains. It was a lovely final send-off to an otherwise beautiful honeymoon. Just when we thought we were done with her, she emerged once again from seemingly nowhere. Bruh. We were sitting on a couple of chairs that are bolted into place at the viewpoint, taking pictures of the valley below. As my wife is looking through the camera viewfinder, she picks up on the woman in the distance. Oh, she is standing in the woods a little ways down the mountain towards the valley, watching us. Yikes. As her final act, she walked up to the mountainside and sat right beside us on a boulder that was beside the chairs. She said nothing, just sat there. My wife has the brilliant idea of asking me to take one last picture of the scenery, and she gives me a little wink. I pick up on her idea right away and I position myself. So this woman is going to be in the picture. My wife wanted this lady's photo in the evening. In the event something bad happens. I don't know, I can't read, holy shit. In the event something bad happens with her, before we can leave the area, we took our final looks on this beautiful scenery and headed on our camp for the night. We didn't see her from her or hear again. Upon reflection, we agreed this woman had serious mental health issues, obviously. Yes, obviously. She had zero social skills, and we did witness her attempt to make friends with those two girls that shafted her in a terrible way. That being said, she did things way beyond the realm of acceptable social awkwardness. There were moments I thought she would pull out a knife and kill us all as we stood. More than that, the stalking, the midnight screaming, and running off into the woods at night was terrifying to us, and I feel a story worthy of the sub. I do have the photo of a thumb drive somewhere, and we will see about uploading pixelated photo if it's appropriate. Is there a photo? I want to see the picture. To anyone else, the picture just looks like a person sitting in the shot, but to us, it's a reminder of our wild adventure and the start of our amazing marriage. So our honeymoon stalker, let's never meet again. After much consideration, I have decided to add the link to the photo. I didn't anticipate. Okay, yeah, yup. Where's the link? I wanna see this. I wanna see this shit. Is this the photo? Wait, who is the woman though? It's not her, right? This woman is too close. Isn't that the wife or something? But is it that? But there's two people there. What was being said about this? How does the picture look like? It's okay. Person sitting in the shot, but us. It's okay. She walked up the mountainside and sat right beside us. Oh, so this is the crazy woman. This one that is close here, I think. Because according to this, oh no, this is the other story. Wasn't her on the mountain? Yeah, I think at some point she was, but there it also says that where is this? She walked up the mountainside and sat right beside us on a boulder that was beside the chairs. I think this is the boulder, right? She's sitting. No one else is sitting, so yeah. The mountain, no, it's just next to the mountain. I think they have remaining. Yeah, wow, they even have like close up. God damn. Yeah, so that's the crazy women. Well, fuck. That was really weird though, indeed. What the fuck? Especially her freaking going out of her tent naked, just moaning to get the guy's attention. What the fuck? What kind of drugs are you on? Well, they're not drugs. I guess she was just really mentally unstable. But, yikes, definitely creepy. Definitely you wouldn't want to encounter somebody like that. Holy shit. But yeah. What else is there from the top ones? Something that looks interesting, maybe. Guy at a bar roofies in my beer and tries to convince my friends to let me go home with him. That's shitty, but I think there might be something more interesting. It feels kind of weird to say something more interesting because, like, if these are real things that happen to real people, obviously these are horrible things to encounter. So I don't want to be like, boring, interesting, but you know. This is unfortunately a very common thing that happens. Not that it isn't serious, it is very serious and bad, but I want maybe something like involving a killer or something. I don't know. A man approached me and my kids in a deserted mall parking lot at 10 o'clock at night, started talking to my kids. What else is there? Oh, sorry. Sorry. Grinder, we're starting. What was Grinder? Was Grinder the dating app for the gay men, was it? Am I remembering it correctly? I think so. Dating app for men, yes, okay, I'll see. Oh. You want a real scary story? Just know that Maria Carey will haunt you in 60 days. Who is Maria Carey? If you listen to the wind when you're outside, you can hear her from a distance. Who is Maria Carey Spectre? What? I don't know who that is. Oh. Hmm. If you listen carefully to the wind, you will hear a woman's voice. Bro, okay. I see, I see. Years of watching crime documentaries might have saved my life. I wonder what this is. Let's check this out. This could be interesting, maybe. Let's see. I like the person's username. Alcoholic Cat Lady. What a great username. Okay, it's a very short story, but let's give it a try. Let's give it a go. A real horror story tripled on nail stealer. No, don't let them know. Don't tell anyone. They can't know I actually steal people's nails. They can't find out. Bro, I'm just kidding, bro. No, you're making me sound like a real psychopath over here. Oh my goodness. She's the singer who is famous for annoying overplayed Christmas song. Oh. I don't know. I don't think I know her. Oh. Was it the one with the memes that people were memeing with, making like parody versions of her singing like a Christmas song? I don't know, it made me think of there was one woman, like, singer singing a Christmas song, and a lot of people were making memes and edits with it, trying to make it, like, funny or goofy. I don't know if it is that one, though, I don't know. I'm not sure. But yes. Oh, I want for Christmas. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm thinking. Isn't that one? I remember seeing one that was like, "All I want for Christmas." She's like singing it, and then suddenly it's edited in a way that makes it sound like she falls off the stage, starts screaming in pain, and then the ambulance wee gets there and takes her. Oh, she's still grunting in pain, but it's just only the how is it called? The music without the singing, just playing the freaking melody. And proceeds to run out of oxygen. Oh yeah, there were so many versions. Okay, so it is that one. But those ones were so funny. Holy shit. I remember that one. No. Oh, she's gonna haunt us for laughing at her. This is so sad. She's out to get us. She's out to get revenge for us laughing. Oh my goodness. Yes, that one. Okay, I see. Yeah, I've seen a lot of those ones. They were really funny. I remember laughing my ass off. Holy shit. For real. Yeah, it's very spooky, totally. Yeah, okay. Okay, years of watching crime documentaries might have saved my life. Okay, that's reasonable. For 6 months last year, I lived in the north of Spain. About a week before I was going to move back to Ireland, my friend and I were at my house having dinner and drinking a little. I was renting an apartment in the city, and my roommate was an older lady, maybe in her 50s. I'm 20. That night, my roommate left to go have dinner with her friends. About a minute after she left, someone buzzed our... After a minute she left, someone buzzed our door to be let into the building. I looked at the camera and didn't recognize the woman. She looked to be in her late 20s to early 30s, so I just assumed it was one of my roommate's friends, and she was coming to meet her or something like that. I buzzed her into the building, assuming that I would meet in the lobby. At first, I didn't buzz her in because I didn't recognize her, and she walked away from the door, but then I hit the buzzer as soon as she walked away, and then I myself walked away from the camera, meaning I couldn't see if she actually entered or not, assuming that if she didn't enter, she would just call or text my roommate. Okay, I'll see. I don't know. I don't think I should let someone unless you really recognize them. I don't know. Yeah, the older lady was in the 50s. Okay, so that's not that woman though. Okay. No, yo, hello, Loppy. Yo, well, W hairs. Hairs? What? What hairs? But yeah, welcome to the stream. doing something a little different today. Reading some spooky stories. But yeah, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Boy, was I wrong. This woman came up to my apartment building on the 6th floor. She came up just 2 minutes after my roommate left, so I know she didn't take the stairs, and I know they must have seen each other when my roommate got off the lift and the lady got in. Realizing that this is weird, I do not open the door when she rings it. I looked through the deep hole just to confirm that it was nobody I knew. At this point, I back away from the door and gesture my friend to be silent. We creep back to my room just at the far side of the apartment, and I begin calling my roommate who isn't picking up. Meanwhile, the lady is insistently ringing my door. My roommate is not picking up, and my friend is just telling me to open my door. It's her mind. In her mind, it's a woman, so she must be harmless. That's really stupid. I told her she's an idiot for underestimating the female sex. I don't think there's an issue about underestimating the female sex. What the fuck, man? Women can be criminals, so okay, well, that's what they mean. But the way it was put, though. Okay, yeah, obviously they can be criminals. She keeps telling me to open the door, and I refuse. The door keeps ringing. I keep looking out for the peephole. At this point, I understand if she knew my roommate or was looking for someone specific, she would just call or text them. She didn't take her phone out at all. She just stayed eerily silent, didn't call out any names or ask if anyone was home. That was weird to me. I finally get through my roommate. She says she wasn't expecting anyone and that she doesn't know anyone in that age range. She asks if I'm okay and if I am fine, and I say I am fine. Now it's been at least 20 minutes. I know that the lady knows someone is home because the lights are on, and my understanding is that is why she is not leaving. I continued watching her through the peephole. Don't fight. I continued watching her through the peephole and see her go into the lift for a minute and then come back out again. The lift is really loud and I would have heard it move. It didn't. She just went in and came out. In my mind, this means someone is in the lift waiting for her. This screams sketchy to me. It definitely does. Oh god. Sorry. Real sorry. After about 40 minutes, she leaves. I run to her hall and flick on the outside camera. This lady left the building with 2 men. They all had backpacks on. Okay, yeah, that seems like they were prepared, having some tools in those damn backpacks. Good thing she didn't open the door. I will be eternally grateful for trusting my instincts and not listening to my friend. Sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. Exactly. Creepy lady with henchmen, let's not meet again. Indeed, for real, for real. Never meet those damn people. And 3 people tried to get into my apartment and my ass was saved because I wasn't naive enough to believe that a woman don't commit crime. That is the most wackiest shit I've heard. Just thinking because it's a woman, she's not capable of committing crime? Like what? All genders have psychopaths. Holy moly, that is the most stupidest shit. Anyone can be a psychopath. Like holy shit, man. That is really stupid. Oh my goodness. Okay, no. What is okay, top all time, yeah. Okay, I need to scroll down a bit to the other stuff now. No. Oh, sorry. Okay. Bro, it's my last month of work there, making me do a lot of work. Nah, shit, I'll be real overworking. I hope you're getting paid extra at least. Hopefully. Yeah, sorry for the late responses, but yeah. It's this kind of stream that I'm just reading, so yeah, the response is gonna be a bit delayed. Bruh. Smooth criminal. Extra smooth, not really. Fuck her. Fuck that bitch. Fucking psychopaths. Chippusia fuck should be an emote. What? Chippusia fuck. What? What is that of me? I'm not getting any paid extra. Oh, that's about donkers. What the fuck? What? How can they? It's so shitty. What a corrupt workplace. Work more for me, but I'm not paying more for you. What the fuck? No, they should give you a raise. Go in their office, go to your boss's office, and ask them for a raise. I deserve a raise, god damn it. Fucking greedy company. Or boss, whatever you're working for, god damn. That's the sound you're making during hiccups. I see. You gave it a name, you gave it a title. The sound I make during hiccups. Well, no, it keeps happening, bro. I feel like it pulls out of the creepy immersion. I'm just reading a scary story and I just start hiccuping. I wish I could control it, but I can't. I'm really sorry. Just try to ignore it. Fucking hell. Okay, what else is there? Should be something else that could be interesting. Maybe, just maybe. You are done with the hot tub scary game? Hot tub? Oh, the bathhouse. Oh, yeah. We've been done with that a while ago. You mean the one that took place in Japan with the creepy grandpa? Yep. We were done with that one a long time ago, Dora. I actually played quite a lot of other horror games after that. I don't know, I kinda got into some sort of horror phase. I mean, I just like scary stuff to begin with, but I wasn't really a horror game player until very recently, but I think I'm gonna keep it coming. I actually like playing horror games. Yeah, today we're trying something different, which also involves horror, so... I don't know. Yeah. Get scared. Piss your pants right now. Piss your pants this instant. I'm sorry. My Twitter is all Diddy feed. What the frick? What kind of accounts do you follow, Avi? What kind of accounts you following there, huh? You sus, you real sus. Ooh, pop culture. Oh, I guess that explains it, to be honest. Everyone in pop culture is just popping their titties left and right. I guess that explains it. Sad. Okay. Nurse said it was my own fault that he hurt me. What the fuck? Nah, I'm not reading this one. That is making me angry. What the fuck? Excuse you? What? I almost had to shoot someone on my first Tinder date. What the fuck? Hell yeah, this seems interesting. Yeah, so I wanna read this. Yeah, sorry. I also follow anime cuties on Twitter mainly. For real. Anime titties on your Twitter feed. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Well, I do have some anime titties popping up every once in a while, not gonna lie, because I follow some art accounts, so you know how it goes. Wait, why are we talking about titties right now? Scary stuff. How am I going to sleep with all these scary stories, bro? Yeah, are you getting scared, Tango? And I said cuties. I didn't say that. Keep in mind is somewhere. Because you were mentioning titties before. Okay, you can't blame me. But okay. Let's stick to the main focus. The story. I almost had to shoot someone on my first Tinder date. Yikes. Okay. I was 21, recently became a police officer, and was also recently dumped. So my friend suggested Tinder. As a 21-year-old and a new cop, I had the I'm invincible and I can take on anyone mentality. I'm going to read this story, but I remember hearing the story on a YouTube video. Just reading that first sentence, I remember this. I remember seeing a YouTube video where some narrator was reading this. Yes, I watch a lot of those scary stories. It was a good story though, so I'll read it just for you. For real. But yeah. I matched with a very good-looking, out of my league female. We chatted and eventually set up a date to meet. She said she had a great open field to look at stars and hang out, and we would meet up at her house. So the night came, I was excited, and she seemed to be excited when I picked her up. She guided me to the field, and it looked nice. Open space, woods, deer, and other wildlife. In the field, I noticed really dim headlights in the distance. Then the van started driving towards us and pulled up in front of us, almost close enough to block me from going forward. I told her to stay in the car and I'll go say hi. Why would you do that? Anyway, I grabbed my flashlight I had in the car and walked up. In the front driver's seat to the van, there was a decent-sized man. I asked him what's going on and if he could back his car up a bit. He was very polite. He said that he was the owner of the property and said he didn't mean to scare us. He told me that he's having trouble with poachers on his property and just wanted to make sure we weren't going to be shooting at anything. I assured him we only came out to look at some stars and wildlife. He was perfectly okay with that and told us to have a nice date and drove away. After that, the girl was texting non-stop. Around an hour later, I saw headlights coming towards us again, this time at a really fast pace. We hopped in the car and I moved it to a more defensive position. The same man came close enough to almost hit my car. She hopped out of the car at that point and ran towards the guy. I immediately knew I was fucked. I got out and gave the command to get back up and... command to go back up and get on the ground. Neither of them complied. Obviously, he then proceeded to charge me and knocked me to the ground. Luckily, I was able to get him on his back and got up. I saw my date grab a metal pipe from the van and she told me to have a... can't read. She told me they had a gun and to give them my money and truck and I won't get hurt. Of course, with my I'm invincible mentality, I said no. Why does he have this cringy mentality, bruh? Just because you have muscles and you go to the gym doesn't mean nobody else goes to the gym and has muscles, okay? You're not the only one. You're not the only guy with muscles. Holy shit. Not the only one with a gym membership. Oh my goodness gracious. This kind of people, very cringe. Very, very cringe. Holy main character syndrome for real. Indeed, goddamn. Who do you think you are, my dude? You're not the only guy with some extra muscle on you. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's natural selection, it really is. She started to cry and saying they didn't want to hurt me. He then started to go back towards the car, and at that point I told them I was a cop. Drew my concealed firearm and to lay on the ground. After a moment of shock from all of us, they complied. I was able to call 911 and tell them my name and badge number. I had to at gunpoint and needed backup immediately. I gave our dispatcher the best directions I could to this field. While on the phone, they both fled. I guess the people fled away. Again, stupid new cop guy mentality. Yes, you're very stupid. What the fuck? I chased them and I took after the man who ran into the woods around the field. I chased him maybe 30 seconds and heard 3 loud pops and saw a muzzle flash. My I'm invincible mentality went right out the window. I ran like hell back towards my car and peeled the hell out of there. I went back to the area, picked her up, called dispatch, and had the officers come to that location. Of course, the first officers to pull up was my sergeant and my field training officer. Of course, they were both completely understanding and didn't give me any shit at all. The most used words were dumbass and stupid fucking rookie. I hopped in the car and went towards the field. Luckily, the van was still there. I was told to shut my mouth and only come out if they started getting shot at. They cleared the area and started looking at the land. They found a meth right on the center console in the search car. God damn, these fucking meth heads. Okay. In interesting. What scared me the most when my field training officer and sergeant came back to the patrol car, let me out and told me to come back to the van. Both of them were pale, looked horrified. I went to the back of the van where there were several knives, duct tape, liquid fluid. Holy shit! Looking at plans that they had for these people. Holy. I guess that's pretty clear looking at plans. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. Looking knives, duct tape, light fluid, a decent amount of rifle ammunition, handcuffs, and what looked like to be dried blood. Ooh, they got really lucky. The cops got there in time. I mean, the other cops, not the cop with the main character syndrome. That one was useless. What a stupid guy, but yeah. When they investigated the blood, it turned out it wasn't blood. Oh, it wasn't. The plates had been stolen and the van was reported as stolen. I still got shit about the whole encounter, but luckily no one got hurt. Ah! Sorry, I will never use online dating again, ever. Well, for real. Probably. And yeah, that's fucked up. That's... yeah. I don't know what much to say. That is, yeah. Very crappy. Very crappy experience. Wouldn't recommend, yeah. 4 out of 10, you know. Didn't get completely killed, but you know, almost.
Eric 2190 just resubbed for 3 months.
Yo, hello Eric. Hello. You didn't subscribe, right? This is the freaking notification of the thing. I always get mixed up with which is the notification of the being subscribed and when you subscribe or how long you've been subbed for. I don't know. I get mixed up. Hello Eric. Yo, welcome to the stream. We're reading some scary, spooky stories. Fucked up stories tier list. Let's go. Let's pick up tier list. This one wasn't as good. Yeah, could have been better. Could have had more murder. Could have had more risk on the line. You know. Oh yeah, true. Raider. I will stretch. You don't gotta spam it. I will stretch. Thank you for the stretch. Thank you. Yo, Cupid, hello. Welcome to the stream. What are those not safe for Eric stuff? I guess it looks like it's something blue. No, it's not. This isn't helping my case. It has the word sex, but well, sex trafficking. I'm reading like scary stories. This are the subreddit of some scary stories. People have experience reading the scary stories subreddit. Well, yeah, trying something different. Yeah. But yeah, it's a rating stream, so it's just a pretty calm one. But yeah, have you made your stream as 18 plus? No, there's no reason to make it 18 plus. I'm not reading anything sexual. We're not reading some freaking sexy Wattpad fanfics or anything crazy. We're just reading some scary stuff, you know. Spooky, scary skeletons. Okay, what else is there? How dare you fart on my stream, Raider? Well, it is showing that's every work on stream, so you should. Should I? I don't know. Where though? How do I even tag it as such? Do you think so? Do you think like do you think like it could give me issues if I don't? Yes, you are making me piss my pants. Where's the 18 plus tag? Oh, so horror is not allowed for somebody who is an 18 plus. Well, I guess that one says 18 plus, so perhaps Twitch might take a problem with it. Would it? I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think these stories are anything that crazy. I think it's fine. I also think it's fine. because I don't know, these stories aren't anything that crazy. Hopefully it's fine. Get a diaper. What the fuck? Okay, why you don't go to stores late at night? I'm confident I would have been a missing persons case. Okay, this seems interesting. Very interesting. Let's read it. Now, today's stream will be a bit shorter because since I'm doing a lot of reading, it's a bit difficult to make the stream the usual length since my voice is like, I'm gonna lose my voice because I'm using way more of my voice than usual right now. I'm going to drink some water before I start reading because dehydrating me a little bit. No, Tiger, you're drowning me again. No, Tiger, you're wasting your channel points over here, young man. I'm not drinking more water. I slurped my water. I'm not drinking more. I'm gonna piss my pants from so much liquid. I can't drink more. I did drink, Tiger. I already drank. Once is enough. Oh god. Fuck. Sorry. No, Tayo, stop. I'm not. No, you're literally wasting you're just wasting your points at this point, Tayo. No. You're wasting them. Fuck. Yes, you are. Yes. Keep fuck. Oh my god. Why is there a name for this now? Oh my goodness. I have 13k, I have to do something. Bro, yes. Well, depending on what I'll do next time, maybe I'll bring the tits back. For this one, I didn't wanna put it because I think it will be kind of distracting, you know? Because all the story reading, I thought it would be a bit distracting. Another middle is fuck. Sauce? Well, why is it sauce? Huh? Middle is sauce. Chipos here. Huh? I don't see a sauce. What? I don't know what you mean. Huh? I don't get it. But, okay. Let's read the story, shall we? Just read after chip. Okay. Oh, Pasta, no! What the fuck? Pussy, bro. Oh, now I see, bro. It's a little sauce. It's just a little bit sauce. A little bit of saucery. Slightly. Anyway, moving on. Bro, it's you're the ones coming up with these names, okay? Or Abby, I mean, is the one. Abby. Unbelievable. Can't believe you've done this. Okay. Anyway, I'm confident I would have been a missing persons case. Edit. I give full permission to use my experience in any way. Please don't ask anymore. Give credit or don't. Okay. Okay. We can read this. I apologize in advance since I'm not a good writer, but I'll do my best to share my experience. Okay. To paint a better picture, here is the description of myself at the time of this incident 3 years ago. 3 years ago. 5'5", 26 years old, woman, medium length, bleached blonde hair, curvy, 175 pounds, wearing black high-waisted tights and a pink crop top. Okay. Don't fart. We're trying to read a story. Don't fart, or I will get your kneecaps. I'll get your kneecaps and I'll put them in a jar. Yeah, the timing's real bad. I'm trying to read a story over here. Oh my goodness. Okay. 3 years ago, I was walking home late at night from my friend's house. It was dark at the time. I live in a rough part of a larger city. I've had many sketchy situations that I gotten myself out of, so I guess I felt sort of invincible, like nothing truly scary could happen to me. When I walk alone, I always stay very alert and aware of my surroundings. My own safety, just in case. For my own safety, just in case. Penis! About halfway home and roughly 10 minutes to my apartment, I noticed the van started tailing me. I was used to this since it's very common in my city for a young woman in a rough area to get propositioned for sex. How do you get used to that? That's fucking terrifying. What the fuck? It's embarrassing how desensitized to this I was. I did my usual and crossed the road so that I would be walking beside the traffic heading in the other direction. I wasn't scared, just annoyed. Yeah, it was a slight inconvenience. So annoying. Definitely not, oh my god, I'm going to get in really high amount of danger. Just a slight inconvenience, just a little tongue clicker, just so annoying. Totally just a little bit of a bother, not something serious whatsoever. It's kind of crazy, but okay. That really little to no reaction is kind of crazy. But yeah. And then, yeah, she crossed the road beside the traffic. Back onto the road. Okay, yeah, just annoyed. The van then turned down a side street, then back onto the road, and I was on the road I was on and pulled up to me. At this point, I still wasn't scared. Again, this has happened so many times, and it never mattered if I was hearing something. No, if I was wearing something that showed more skin, or if I was wearing a winter coat zipped from just below my chin all the way down to my ankles. That area is notorious for that type of activity. I decided to be firm and told the person sternly I'm not interested. I noticed there were two men in the van. They looked almost identical and may have been twins or brothers. Both men had a very dark complexion, dark eyes, and short dark hair. The van didn't move. I was super annoyed and crossed the road again to get away. At this point, I figured this would have been enough for them to stop following me. They didn't. They kept circling back every time I crossed the road. I never had to put that much effort into getting horny perverts to leave me alone, so this is when I started feeling unsafe. They zipped by me at the speed of traffic was flowing in, and I yelled for them to fuck off. I thought it finally worked. I had been there 3 minutes and I hadn't seen the van, so I thought it was in the clear. Just in case, I pulled my phone out and was getting ready to call my sister that I lived with. Just then, the van pulled up to me very quickly, and before I could even blink, one of the men jumped out of the van, opened the back door, and approached me quickly in an aggressive manner, as if he was about to scoop me and throw me into the vehicle. The traffic in the area is very... Bro! The traffic in the area is very inconsistent. It was dead and I imagine that is what they were waiting for. Just as the man was about to place his hands on me, I tilted my phone and said you are being filmed in my live video chat. I gave my friends your license plate number and the police have been notified. Well, that's a big brain moment, goddamn. I was so scared, but I didn't let that show. I stayed as calm as I could. The man paused like he was considering if I was bluffing or telling the truth, so I tilted the phone more as if to give the fake audience a better look at him. He then jumped into the van and they sped off. I have never been the same since that night. I'm afraid of walking alone now, and even during the daytime. Stay safe out there, two creeps in a van. Let's never meet again. Hope karma finds you too. That's scary though. Yeah. It will be scary. Oh goodness. But like, the little to no reaction was concerning, though. It was really, really concerning. Oh, yippee. It's like, you can see them following you. How are you so desensitized to it? Even if it happens commonly, like, holy shit. I feel like that's even more of a reason to be worried. I don't know, that's scary. And imagine during hydrate someone played pufferfish. Why, bro? Feel like I would spit out my water from laughing. Not God. Hiccuping at the same time as talking, holy. And nah, like, I could hold in the laughter, I think. Just spit out water all over the keyboard, goddammit. Nah. And you wanted to not be distracted, should have taken the sound alerts out. I was considering taking them out, but I don't know. It was taking a bit of a while to set up, so I thought, I don't know. Yeah. You know, you could also not play them, but you know, they are there, so you can play them if you want. Just laughing about it. Almost would need to get the timing really well. Short more skin, I figured it out it's from Turkey. Oh, I don't think it was mentioned where it was from. Was it? I don't know. But yeah. Here to put chaos on the table. Yes. Okay. What else is there? Same woman stood in my flat right next to the shower curtain. What? Did she broke in? What? Bro, dicks. Spooky, scary dicks. Dicks still be scary, goddamn, for real. Hot guy I sold coffee to. I don't know, this combination of words just makes me think of hot coffee from GTA. Wanna come over for a hot coffee, bro? Meaning the other thing, you know, the hot coffee in GTA, bro. Oh, I guess it was a GTA San Andreas specifically thing. Oh god. My brother and I made friends, grateful it ended this way. Wait, the title doesn't seem convincing. To whoever was in my car? No. What the fuck is this one? Guy insists on being like daddy and gropes me in front of my actual dad. Look. Ew, no, that sounds really disgusting. I don't even want to read that. That is absolutely disgusting. May those people burn in hell. What the fuck? That is so gross. Ew. Play some eerie music to increase the mood. But can't you hear the music? I am playing music. Can you not hear it? What? Don't tell me you can't hear it. What? I literally tested it before streaming. Can you not hear the music? What? Oh, you can. Oh, thank God. I got worried there. Holy shit. It's like I literally tested before starting the stream. I was about to cringe so much. My goodness. Goodness gracious. What music? It's playing. Triangle says you can hear it, and I know I'm playing it. I don't know. Maybe your sound isn't that loud. I can only hear the wind on the... Well, yeah, it's not exactly music. It's supposed to be like this ambient kind of sound, so... Music, yeah, not really music, I guess. It's not, but yeah. I thought you, like, couldn't hear any ambient noises. We do have some ambient noises, so... Yup. That's what you're getting. Take it or leave it. I look up to a hooded figure standing over me. Oh, that is disgusting. But honey, I am your mom. What the fuck is this? Stalked in the woods. No. My sweet sandpound puppy ended up endangering my life. What? How does that happen? How? Man tried to grab my baby from me on flight. That is horrible. Looking delicious though. Home alone, I let a man in to read our upstairs gas meter. Okay, which one? Home Alone at Night, Thank Goodness for Dogs. A short one. I felt so terrified of someone I called my friend in my life. And this seems like it could be interesting. A friend that turned out to be a psycho killer plot twist. Looks interesting, so yeah. Also, yeah, I was wondering why you were streaming in a jet turbine. Bruh, it's wind noises. How is it a jet turbine, whatever that. What is a turbine? I don't even know. But yeah, this story will be the last story of today's stream. Because this stream involves a lot of reading, and I'm feel like I'm starting to like, I'm getting so like, I don't know. My voice is getting really tired, and I keep getting really dehydrated constantly. After redeemed hydrated, thank you. I will wait. I will drink one more time before I read this. And yeah, it's another like the stream is a bit shorter, definitely, but yeah, it's a lot of reading. But yeah, so far, yeah. This will be the last little story. I thought she's in a cave during strangling. Wait. Yes. You could think that, I guess. There's some lengthy noises. Oh, you want some other noise, huh? You want some... Okay, we can look up for the last stories. Carry ambient music if you want something other. What is this one? No, that doesn't sound... Oh yeah, this one maybe. I saw this one before, perhaps. Play 4 big guys. What is that? This one definitely doesn't sound like it's scary music. Oh god. Oh my goodness. Oh, are you telling Taigo to shut up? He didn't even say anything. What the fuck are you yapping about, Razor? Huh? What the fuck? Okay, is this music better for you? Is it more spooky for you? God, it's a little loud. Yeah, is it good? Is it good? Where is my... Okay. Something like this. Okay, now it sounds like a jet engine taking off. Well, we'll just go with it. We'll go with it. Good enough for me. Jet engine taking off to the spooky places. To the spooky planet. It's fine, it's fine. But before he does, what the fuck do you mean, Radar? What the fuck are you talking about? Don't just tell him to shut up. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck? Bro. Why subwoofer working hard there? Subwoofer? What is a subwoofer? I don't know. Okay. Let's read. We're getting distracted. I've never felt so terrified of someone I once called my friend in my life. I once met up with an old friend of mine, male 22, and a friend I had known for a few years prior to the meetup in November 2017. I had actually met this person on a dating site, however, as this went on, the relationship between us became strictly platonic. There were no red flags. My gut did not warn me, so I completely trusted this person. We met up in this town behind a bus station, on a grassy hill surrounded by trees and a tall wall. Our meeting was just to have a smoke and get a little high to have a small catch-up. The meetup was fine. I had actually started smoking a weed a few months ago before, so I was still relatively new to it. He had brought something for me to try, a purple haze. Why are they getting just high? What kind of date idea is this? Okay, Not to say I'm judging, but I'm judging. I wasn't at all anxious about trying it, as I completely trusted this person and I would have never believed that he would lie to me. Why? Didn't they just... I don't know. Okay. He had packed up a full blunt for me, but I only managed to smoke a quarter of the blunt. We spoke during this time about our work and our previous relationships and random stuff. About half an hour later, I started to feel extremely lightheaded and anxious. I suddenly had this strange feeling where I did not feel comfortable at all and I really wanted to go home. When I asked him if I could go home, he offered to take me home, but I said, no, it's okay. He offered again, please let me take you home, you'll be safe with me. I wouldn't hurt you. That's kinda sinister. Him saying he wouldn't hurt you just makes it sound like he would hurt you. 'Cause why would you even say that to begin with? I shook my head and I said, no thank you, I can take myself home. When I started to walk away, I felt like I was on a cloud. My head became dizzy and my eyesight was a little blurry. I had never felt like this before, and in time I started to panic. When we made our way down the hill towards the bus station, I was relieved as there were a lot of people around, so if anything happened, someone would step in. I became extremely terrified of him. I had this horrible feeling in my gut that told me to get away from him, and when I got into the bus station, I told him I could call my taxi here and go home. His tone was no longer nice, but stern. I'm gonna take you home now. And he began to pull at my jacket. I told him no, and that I was going home on my own. He pulled my jacket harder, and I fell against him. He pulled me into him and told me I didn't need to be scared of him. Yes, the fuck I do. Why are you acting so crazy? That is all the reason to be scared of you. Holy moly. But I was so terrified at this point. I started to feel very paranoid and I couldn't see properly. I pushed him away from me and rubbed my eyes and called a taxi. He tried to pull out my phone from me and yelled in my face, do you ever listen? I'm taking you home. I noticed a few people had stopped and asked if I was okay. Oh my goodness. All I remember was that I wanted to go home. So a lady kindly called a taxi for me and waited with me, made sure I was okay and helped me in the taxi. During the time when I waited for the taxi, he kept trying to get me to come to his car with him, but the lady that looked after me told him to go home and that she was going to take me home instead. So he left. When I got home, I gave the taxi driver money and told him to keep the change. I didn't want to wait around, I just wanted to get into my bed because at that time it was the only place I would feel safe from no harm. That evening I laid in my bed for 5 hours straight, staring at the ceiling. I don't remember if I thought about anything or if my mom came in at any time. I just remember lying in bed doing nothing until the paranoia and the sickly feeling began to wear off. I remember looking at my phone and seeing I had 32 missed calls from him, 10 voicemails and 50 plus messages. Holy, he's real crazy. The messages were weird. He had sent around 20 messages just asking where I was. And when I got home, and in one of the voicemails he told me where he had this fantasy of taking me home while I was drugged up. Tying me up, he wanted to blindfold me, and he wanted to submit myself to him. I freaked out and blocked him on all social media, Instagram, Snapchat, Discord, and I blocked his number. Before the blocking, I told him if he ever contacted me again, I would call the police. I heard nothing from him for a month until I received a text from an unknown number, asking me how I was. I hadn't given my number to anyone, so I ignored it. I then received another message a few minutes later saying they missed me and they would see me soon. I asked who they were. No reply, nothing. So creepy person who pretended to be my friend, let's never meet again. Let's not. Goodness gracious. Nah. I've spoken to some friends with regards to my story and all of them that have explained that lead would make anyone feel this way, and a lot of them think that lead it would never make anyone feel this way, and a lot of them think I was given spice, not lead. Spice looks a lot like weed, but the effects are a lot stronger and more dangerous. I was 23 when this happened. I was 22. Okay. Well, shitty friend indeed. It was no psycho killer. Well, no, it was actually psycho killer because true, whatever he found about his plans on what he wanted to do when he would drug him, I guess he is some sort of psycho killer, or at least. Well, if he didn't kill him, he would still do some fucked up things to him. So yeah, clearly psychopath. Psychopath. Bro, imagine your friend doing that. Like, it's one thing a stranger does it, but your friend, your damn homie, yeah, that is fucked up. That is just disappointment. Goddamn. I'm not even mad, I'm just disappointed. Nah, man, I'd be mad too. I'd be mad and I would be disappointed both at the same time. That is fucked up, yeah. It's guys like this that ruin the image of men in the world. Bro. Yeah, but anyone of any gender can be a freaking psychopath, man. There's good people. There's like good men, there's good women, there's bad men, there's bad women. It's just psychopaths exist everywhere. There's nothing you can do about it, unfortunately. Oh, the rapist, yeah. Guess so. It kind of seemed like it. Yeah, probably would have. That was probably the plan. Maybe he didn't want to kill, but something like that. Yeah, probably, unfortunately, but well, the fortunate part is that the person managed to get back home safe. Thankfully, there were kind people that were willing to interfere because, yeah, that is scary. That is really fucked up. Bro wanted her to submit to him, bro. What a fucking freak. Some sort of sick, fucked up fantasies, god. Truly a damn degenerate. What can I say? Yeah, I'ma become a bit chunky. But yeah, because I'm ending the stream. It was a lot of reading. I wanted to try something different. I don't know. Do you any of you enjoy this? I don't know. I don't know. Well, I wanted to try something different. I don't really know how well it went. I think I need to like get used to reading out loudly because I usually don't read out loud to this extent, like this much text, I mean, at the same time. So I was kind of stuttering a bit, but I feel like maybe it wasn't that good. I don't know. I wanted to try something different. I don't know. I was getting a little tired of just constantly playing games. I'm kind of trying to think of some new ideas of what I could do on streams because while I do enjoy playing games every once in a while, I kind of. I'll be honest, I like playing games, but I'm not like a massive gamer. I used to like games way more as a kid than I do now. I do have fun with them, I definitely do, but sometimes I just would like doing something different, but the problem is I don't really know what, but I do watch a lot of these kind of scary videos. I feel like my voice is definitely not fit for scary videos. Usually the scary narrators, I mean, have these deep voices. Usually men with deep voices. I feel like I'm just like a fucking high-pitched squeaker over here, just a fucking, I don't know, man. I don't think I can give a really creepy vibe, but I don't know. I wanted to try something different. It was fun. I think okay. I'm glad it was fun. Not gonna lie, I'm very glad. If you found it fun, I like doing this too. I don't know. I just felt maybe it wasn't that good, but if you had fun, I'm very glad. I'm very glad. I don't know. I just want to try some new things because I don't want to get just stuck on playing games constantly. I just notice like I get tired of it if I play games like too much. So yeah, I would like finding some new stuff to do. I think it was I think yeah, I don't know. Maybe I could do another one, but I think I need to like practice reading out loud because I keep stuttering a lot. Like I don't know. I don't usually read this much of a text all at once, especially reading it out loud. So I'm just really sorry again. I felt a bit bad because I kept butchering the text. Well, also sometimes the thing is it's that, but also it depends how well the text is written. Some people write the stories really well, so they're a lot easier to read when they put the commas where they should be. The thing is, some people don't put the commas where they should be, so it's a little bit difficult to put the emphasis on the sentence where it's supposed to be when the commas are not placed correctly. Depends on how well the written story is, but yeah, a little bit of both. The story writing, but also my reading. It's a bit, yeah, I'm sorry. Look at a VR chat model and make a dancing stream, bro. No, I don't have a VR headset. I don't have a full body like trackers for dancing stream. Dancing. I'm not even a dancer. What would I dance? But no, no, I don't have body trackers. I only have the headset. Oh god, my goodness. No, that's the reason you only let your fantasy out after marriage. After that's even worse, right? Or no, that sounds really fucked up. Yeah, pretend you're all innocent and like you're not sick in the head, and then you get married that person and then boom, submit to me. Yeah, no, that's worse. That's real fucked up. No, if you're sick, let them know beforehand so they know how to avoid you at all costs and never even go anywhere near with you towards marriage. Holy shit. And yeah, at that point, you craziness is part of the package. You crazy? I don't know. I'm reading the messages a bit so like, but yeah, little stream one. Never. You do a little stream, Taigo. You have to do a little stream. Do a little stream right now. Right now, this very second. Go to little and stream it, Taigo. Stream a little stream. Or I'll get your kneecaps. I'll get your kneecaps. And I'll get your family's kneecaps. I'll get all of the kneecaps of everyone you've ever loved. Go make a little stream right now. Go make a cooking stream right now. Okay, I'm gonna stop. And now that's through gamer girl. What is next gonna say? You take baths, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Bro, I don't even know what to say, bro. I feel a bit tired from raiding so much. I've been raiding non-stop. Soon 3 hours, not quite yet. So yeah, I'm sorry. If they're like that all the time, they need help from Mr. Uck. Who is Uck? You throw yourself on that this time? Bro, okay. I'll try to stop haunting you, Daigo. I'll try. I don't really know if I can, but I'll try my best. But, yeah. Everyone who joined. Oh, yeah, and yes, sorry, God, if you're still here, bruh, I don't mean to ignore you. I just realized, true, I didn't manage to say hello to you. I was yapping so much and I was about to say hello to you, and then I kept yapping, and oh my god, I'm so sorry. God, if you're still here, hello. Welcome to the stream, but unfortunately, I am ending it right now, but it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. If you're doing well, God and Savior. But yeah, so Christian, yeah. But yeah, ending the stream now. Would stream one tomorrow. Definitely 100% keep going in the woods, camping and chopping wood. For real, no scam, no lie. Okay. Thank you everyone who watched. Yeah, thank you. All the lurkers, all the watchers, all the chatters. I appreciate you all, and see you next time. I had fun. Let's go, lumberjack. Yeah, lumberjack people. Totally, yeah. Gonna do a tutorial on how to chop some wood, bro. I'm down for it. Let's make a collab going. What? I don't know what that is. For real. I don't know. Yeah, lumberjack, for real. But yeah, thank you all for that. I'll see you next time.